Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of 7 Minutes with Stephanie. Talk About It Tuesday, where we talk about everything under the sun. And on tonight, we're going to continue with part 3 of Narcissistic Personality Disorder, the Jezebel Spirit. And I do believe that I have concluded the foundation of allowing you all to see how NPD and Jezebel are the same thing, all right? One was in the Bible, and that spirit still remains in the earth today through narcissists, all right? So I know that you all are ready to dig into what does a narcissist do? How does one get caught up in the narcissistic web? And how do you get out? Now, I may not be able to talk about today how you get out. However, I can enlighten you on how it all starts. And you know, when we meet somebody, we're getting to know them most of the time with conversation, whether it's talking or texting. And I'll tell you one of the very first things that they do. They love bomb you. You heard me. They are master manipulators. You got to remember that. And their talk game is real good and real smooth, baby. And I'm not just talking about men, because you got some women out there, and we've already learned that narcissist and the Jezebel spirit can be in a man or a woman. So we've already made that argument, and I think that we can count that thing done, all right? So you do have some smooth operators out there as it relates to women too, you know what I'm saying? They know how to gas your head up, get all in your head and your heart. Now let me say this. I used to be a cheerleader, and God uses me to gas people's head up. So we do want to make people feel good about themselves. However, it all goes back to the intention and the motive of the heart. And with the narcissist, their motive is always selfish gain. It's not really to build you up. It's really to build you up so they can get in to destroy you. All right? And love bombing is just that. They take you way up high with their awesome words and their time in the beginning just to drop you. There are several stages to narcissists and how they plant themselves in your heart and in your mind. And love bombing is the first thing. Love bombing is often a term used to describe when a narcissist tries to use flattery, mirroring, compliments, adoration, romance, etc. to lure and hook their person into their web. It is the first stage of narcissistic abuse called idealization. That's a hard word to say. All right. The stages after love bombing are devaluing and discarding. Love bombing can also be used when a narcissist feels like they are losing power or control over the person as a tactic to lure the person back in. So I'm going to tell you something. It's peaks and valleys, highs and lows with a narcissist. It's an emotional roller coaster that you want to get off the ride, baby. Because with the love bombing, then there's something that's called crazy making. But I'm not going to get into crazy making yet, because I've been through these stages, y'all. I have been through the love bombing. I have been through the devaluing and the discarding. So, like I said, we met on a job that I had to do with the radio station. I had a remote. And I went down there twice. And the second time that I went, we exchanged numbers. And oh my gosh, he is intelligent. And God knows I love intelligence. And he's handsome, okay? And he smelled real good. So the conversation was good. I felt like I had an intellectual. We ended up taking a picture together. And I wasn't trying to be slick and give him my number. This is how he got my number, y'all. So we took the picture, and he had given me his card, and his number was on the card. And so I texted him the picture, and I said, when I'm in, you're my boss. And so and again, I was not trying to be slick. It just happened. You know what I mean? And if I was trying to be slick, I would tell y'all that, but I wasn't trying to be slick. So that's how he got my number. And so he texted me back, and so he was like, so is this your number, and do you mind if I contact you, with this or whatever? So I was like, oh, sure. Like, the man got my number. Okay. Okay, so anyway, as we were talking that night on the phone, I think we talked for like 4 hours. He was telling me how he had built a home or had a home built, but now he realizes that since he's met me, it's not going to be big enough because it's he and his 2 kids. You know, they come in and out because they're really with their moms or whatever. And I was like, okay, he already envisioning that, you know what I'm saying? And so I used to lead with telling a man that, you know, hey, I practice abstinence because, you know, if this is something that you cannot do, I want to give you an out. I don't do that anymore. It will come up in conversation when I meet somebody. Eventually, you know, the sex talk happens. I mean, you probably don't want it to happen, but eventually it will. So again, I had to learn not to lead with that. And y'all, let me tell you something. When I told that man that I was abstinent, he was like, sex messes up things. You didn't even have to tell me that. He was like, because I've had friendships ruined by sex. And I was like, okay, yeah, finally I got a man who understands. So I thought a narcissist will be everything that they think you need them to be. Because again, what they want to do is gain control and power over your heart and your mind. And so they love bomb you with all of these flattering words and things that they'll do for you. And they will even use honesty in the beginning. But let me tell you something about a narcissist. They're master liars also. And when they love bomb you, once you get in the relationship, God forbid you get married, man, that mask falls off. And you're always asking yourself, well, what happened to the person that I originally met? And see, that's what you always want them to go back to, is who you originally met. But they can't do that. Oh, this is going to be good. I got to put a pin in it right here. This message has been brought to you by Make sure you like us on the web, anointedcreativedesigns.com. And, you know, like I said, make sure that you look out for those people who are dropping them love bombs and take them before the Lord and pray before you really invest your time and your heart. Until next week, make sure that you all are salt and light in the earth. I love you.